I'm gonna cuss your ass out. I'm gonna go the fuck in. Like, that's just simple, because that's disrespectful. Hey, what's up, you guys? If you don't know who I am, my name is Tion, and this is TeonTv, and today I'm gonna be doing my coming out story to everybody and being gay in the real world. Okay, so let me just get started on the timeline of everything. So I have a total of 5 siblings, including myself, so that's a total of 6. It's 3 boys and it's 3 girls. I was raised mostly around females. I have an older brother, and I really don't have a relationship with him like that, so it was like I never had a brother to like raise me to grow up into the male I am today. And I never had a dad, so it was just like I was raised around females. So being around females growing up, especially at a young age, because I'm the middle child, so I was the youngest around, because it was only 2 girls. It was only 2 girls at the moment. It wasn't the third one, because my mama didn't have her yet. So basically, I grew in the same house. I didn't live with my mom like that. I lived with my mom like a short little period. I didn't even live with her when I was first born. Like, I lived with my mom throughout my life, but it was never like me living with her completely. I always lived with my aunt. That was always my guardian and parent. So it was mainly me and my 2 sisters and my other brother. But my older brother, he was never around like that. We never really discussed nothing. I was still young to even comprehend what anybody was saying. But I grew mainly around my older sister and my other sister. And yeah, growing up, I seen things, been around them, heard their voices. You know, just when you're around females, when you're around somebody in general for a long time, if you're around them, you're going to start to act more like them because you're around their personality more than anybody else. Basically a female soul in a male body. I was always feminine or whatever, but it was just like I didn't have the masculine approach that everybody else in their lifetime have, like having a dad, having brothers, having an uncle. I never had that. It was always female. It was always my mom, my aunts, my sisters. My whole family is mainly of females, and the short little percentage of males are not even there, so it's like they're non-existent. So yeah, me growing up in school, I like girls eventually over time. You know, I was always told to like have a girlfriend. Like, my mom always said you're supposed to have a girlfriend, as they should or whatever. But I never knew what gay was. I never knew what bisexuality was. I never knew what homosexuality was. I didn't learn what gay was until me being in school. So it was just like, it was different for me because school is like the most judgmental place you could ever be. It's people, it's students in there that will literally just go in there and say anything about you for no reason, not even know you. So it was like, yeah, I got bullied for like multiple years or whatever, but it wasn't for me being gay. I wasn't even out completely. It was just the image that people had on me. They was like, oh yeah, you're gay, or you a faggot, or don't sit by me, don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with gay people. Like, it was always like that. So I always had to act different, basically, so I could fit in, so I could be accepted. So basically, I had girlfriends throughout the whole timeline or whatever. I had girlfriends back to back, but it was like over time, I started having feelings for females, but it was like I wasn't attracted to them. I was always attracted to a boy, but still I didn't know what that was. I thought it was just a phase or whatever, because that's what everybody put it, like it was a phase, but not knowing that it could be a possibility that I might like guys. So throughout school, always been different or whatever. Everybody always knew I was different. I didn't have such a deep voice like I do now. I had a higher voice in school, so they thought I was gay because of my sound of my voice. They thought I was gay how I walk. They thought I was gay how I look. Like, it was just a lot. Like, a lot of stuff that normal guys was doing, I was not doing. But around the time when I was like 13, 14, around that time, I was just coming to the agreement that I might like girls and boys. But because I didn't want to say I was full-fledged on gay, because I still like girls or whatever. But over time in school, that started to fade away. But in school, I was telling people that I was bisexual, and I was just going with it like that. I was saying I was bisexual for like 7th to 8th grade. So it was like 2 years. So 2 years of me just saying I was bisexual. But the main reason why I said I was bisexual is because I had felt that if I said that I like both, including girls, dudes would accept me and females would accept me, but they still didn't accept me. They didn't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They would never, I wouldn't say they would never do that because it's different now, but back then, like, students, they didn't give a fuck about nothing. Like, if you wasn't straight, if you didn't act like everybody else, you was weird and you would get treated differently. So I was just saying I was bi for like the longest, but it was on the low. It was never me just going around telling people my business. It was just like a short group of people that I was telling or whatever. So yeah, I eventually had ended up coming out to my mother, not my aunt that I live with, my mother, when I was like 13, and I had told her, I had said, I got something to tell you. And she was like, yeah, what's up? And I was like, I gotta sit down. And I sat down with her and I told her, I said, I think I might be bisexual. So the first thing she did was just broke down crying. She was blaming herself. She was like, maybe because I wasn't there, or because you didn't have a dad in your life, or this and that, or a father figure, that's why you're like this. And then she started blaming my aunt, because my aunt that I live with, she's gay. So she started blaming my aunt, saying maybe it's her fault or whatever. And I'm just like, no, like, she already knew it was something, because when I was 8 or 6 or 7, my mom had seen me do something. It was a picture and it had like a man on it. It's like them club out pictures when they give out pictures and shit like that or whatever to come to their club, and to be having like a pretty ass girl with a nice ass body. It had a dude on it and I was 8 years old. So I was just looking at it and shit, and I had kissed it and she had snatched it and she was like, no, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to be kissing no boy. You supposed to like girls. And she had eventually whooped my ass that day, but I wasn't mad about it because I was young as fuck. I should never been doing that. But I was like, but you knew this at like a young age that it would possibly be something, because she tried to like make it something that it wasn't. She just threw that situation that happened when I was 8 years old or 7 years old under the rug, instead of trying to look into it and try to figure out what type of child I am. Bitches never wanted to get to know me or whatever, but I told her that. She was still crying. She broke down. She eventually had called my aunt, told her. Then eventually I had ended up going home because I live with my aunt and I've been living with my aunt for like a while. And I told my aunt or whatever, and my aunt was basically like, no, it's a phase. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know till you have sex. You don't know if this or that, or when you grow up you might like this or might like that. I'm just like, I understand that, but I'm saying that I'm bisexual because I'm attracted to boys and females. It's not always about sex, but you can still be gay, but then eventually try it out and then not like it and then go back being straight. That's for different people, but I was attracted to that for like a long time. So remember, I told them that I was bisexual or whatever. So my aunt was just still saying it was a phase or whatever, and things was like weird, but it wasn't, because it's like nobody in my family really like talked about how they felt about their emotions. Like everything was always just swept under the rug or just not spoke about. But it really wasn't that hard because one of my sisters is gay or whatever. But I would say for me, it's different for men or boys or males in general to fucking deal with being gay and having to come out, especially in school and public. It's different for males. Like if you see anything, females in school and high school in general, it's like dudes fuck with females more because the females look like them, dress like them, they like girls, and it's like that. But being gay as a male in school, it's the same way for the females. The females might mess with you and might fuck with you being gay, but the males might not. The niggas might not. Let me stop saying males. Let me just get to the point. The niggas might not. And it's just like that. And niggas was hating on me and shit because, you know, bitches that they wanted or girls that they wanted and shit like that was talking to me, was friends with me. I get hugs in the hallway. It was really nothing. I was just a nice ass person. I really wasn't even liking females like that or even fucking with females like that. But dudes would hate on me and just be like, yeah, that faggot always talking to my girl or my friends or this and that or whatever. He think he the shit. I'm just like, nobody thinking they the shit. I'm just different. I would never want to be like everybody else. I was never that type of person. So yeah, over time, I was still dealing with it. I was still dealing with the bullying, but like the bullying stopped. It was just more of just people just regularly talking shit. Then over time, people just dudes starting to get to know me and everything and being cool with me. I was making dudes laugh. I had friends and everything. And it's just like some dudes, when they found out I was gay, they was shocked because over time, I carried myself a different way. Like I'm still a boy. I still want to be a boy. I still am, and I still act the same. I dress like a boy, I look like one. I might just have feminine tendencies and shit like that, but still, I'm still a boy. That's the difference. When you're gay, you are gay because you like the same sex. That does not mean that you want to be a girl. Simple. It's different for some people. That's the misconception with a lot of people. But over time, it was like, over time I was just like, I'm just saying I'm bisexual, or I'm really not. I would stop liking girls completely. It wasn't even based off of attraction or anything. I was just seeing girls as just friends and like sisters and shit like that or whatever. So in ninth grade, you know, a lot of people were just asking me questions. Like, people would just start getting bold and bold and bold and just asking you straight up in front of everybody. I find it rude. I really find it rude if you in class or whatever and somebody just come out the blue and be like, are you gay? Like, are you gay? Do you like girls? You like boys? Like, just out of nowhere. Just, if you want to ask me as a person, pull me to the side. Ask me on your own time. Like, the fuck? That shit is disrespectful. You don't do that. Because it's been a lot of times people ask me, and my stomach would fucking drop because everybody looking at me and shit. Everybody fucking like, what the fuck he gonna say? Like, it was uncomfortable as hell. So in ninth grade, I just came to the realization that I was just gay. And I was just like, at the end of the day, that's not gonna stop nothing. I'm still gonna be myself. I'm still gonna be the same person. It's not gonna be anything or whatever. And yeah, so I had eventually came out publicly on Instagram, because before I had got disabled on Instagram, I had a good amount of following, and most of the people that followed me went to my school. So I posted and I was like, yes, I'm gay, and at the end of the day, that's just me, and I'm be myself. And then over time, like, I got positivity from a lot of people. It's like, being gay in school, it's based off how you carry yourself. It's some people that actually care about what people say, and then it's some people that don't care. Be the person that don't care. Carry yourself as a positive person. Walk into the school, get to your class, make friends. Because when you make friends, a lot of friends or whatever, they'll defend you if anything happened. After I had came out, my friend group had improved. Like, people started fucking with me. They was like, yeah, like, you came out. I would have never thought that. That takes a lot and everything. I was helping other people that was gay come out, and things was different. Dudes was still cool with me. It was some haters, but they wasn't as public and just out loud as how they used to. It was haters or whatever, but it's different now. Like, coming out shouldn't be that hard or whatever, but it's different for some people because depending on the household that you live in, because I didn't have a homophobic household or whatever. We didn't express our feelings how we wanted to, but we was never judgmental on the level. But some people might have a household where everybody's homophobic, and if anybody find out you're gay, you might get abused or anything. So it's different. But if you need help, just talk to somebody. That's all I would say, because I had to talk to people. I have broke down crying multiple times. I had suicidal thoughts multiple times growing up because the bullying was just so much, and I just felt like, what was the purpose of being on this earth anymore if I can't even get accepted by the world and can't even get accepted all the way from my family? But it's really just about what you take on how you want everything to go, because it could go different. You can't just do things or say things and just expect for somebody to agree with it or to accept it. It's just based off how you carry yourself. That's all I would say. But things is different now. I'm more acceptable as myself, and I love myself more as I came out and everything. And when someone asks, I tell them I don't care. I mean, what's the point of lying? How long are you gonna lie? And it's just that, like, it's no stopping it. You can't lie. It's different if somebody asks you and you just be like no, and you don't want to tell them because that's nobody's business. But for me, if somebody asks me, it depends on how you do it. If you just ask me out loud in the blue, like in front of everybody loud, just being extra, I'm gonna cuss your ass out. I'm gonna go the fuck in. Like, that's just simple, because that's disrespectful. It's different when somebody saying it in a respectful way and then somebody saying it in a disrespectful way, because it can go different. It's been a lot of arguments and almost fights I got into for stuff like that in general. But all I can say is that it was hard. It was struggling as fuck, but it's really based off how you carry yourself and how to deal with yourself. Because I'm telling you, when you come out to yourself first and then to others, it's like you gonna love yourself more and then just carry yourself as a better person. And yeah, so yeah, that was my coming out story or whatever, story time about my life and being gay as a male. And yeah, if you like this video, subscribe and comment below. I'm gonna have more story times just like this soon, and thanks for watching and thanks for listening.